Hi everybody, today is Wednesday, I never look at the date, gosh, January 16th, and this is my Wednesday weekly weigh-in. This is week 7 of my postpartum weight loss series. I am 21 weeks postpartum, and just to let you know, if you're new to my videos, I am 4'11". So when I tell you my goal weight is 105 to 110, you should not be surprised. Today I weighed in at 136.6, which is a loss of 1.2 pounds from last week. And I'll show you my Lose It app so you can see how I'm doing. This is the Lose It app from the iPhone store, Apple Store, Apple App Store, sorry. Mommy brain. Here we go. Here we are. So you can see from last Wednesday, I went over 3 days on my calories. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, no surprise. And then so far this week, Monday, I was right under. Yesterday, I did really good. I wasn't even hungry at all yesterday. I was surprised. And today, I've just got breakfast in there so far. So that's why today looks really short. So last week, Monday through Sunday, I was over 300 calories, and the week prior to that, I was over 376 calories, which I thought was interesting, because I have lost both weeks in a row. And the only thing I can think of with that is a lot of times when you make a meal or you're eating out, especially, and they don't, it's not a chain, or you're eating at someone's house, and you can't get exact calorie information, depending on your portions and so forth. You can't weigh your food or whatever it is. I have a tendency to overcompensate and make sure I put in more calories than I think I might really be having, just to pad myself a little bit, I guess you'd say. So I think that's why I am winding up over calories but still losing. And I talked about this last week too. I am still breastfeeding about 50% of the time, maybe closer to 60 to 70% of the time, because on the weekends I pretty much am entirely. So that could also be contributing to the weight loss. I don't think it is very much because it took a long time, like 19 weeks, for 18, 19 weeks for that really to start happening, but who knows, that's possible. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what tips and tricks I am using to get my weight loss going. I know I'm losing a very small amount each week. Again, I'm a very small person. So for me to lose a pound, pound and a half a week is good. I could certainly set my Lose It app for 2 pounds a week, 3 pounds a week, 4 pounds, whatever I wanted. But realistically, especially since I am still breastfeeding my son, it's kind of silly to try to lose more than a pound, I think, and that's what's just comfortable for me, and I'm doing more than that already, so it's okay. When I lost about 40 pounds prior to getting pregnant with him, I used the same system I am using now, so I knew it would work. I knew I could manage it, hopefully, and so far so good. So the first thing I do is I downloaded Lose It to my iPhone. I'm not sure what other devices it's available for. I'm sure they have an Android app for Lose It as well. But any calorie counting app, or even if you do Weight Watchers, a Weight Watchers app on your phone would work. Even pencil and paper tracking. If you're like me, you probably like to write things down. This is like the one thing I don't write down, which is really strange. I still keep a paper calendar, which my husband thinks is ridiculous because I have an iPhone. I could be using Google Calendar, I could be using my iCalendar, whatever. I don't like it. If I can't write it down and see it, it doesn't do me any good. So this is the one thing I actually don't write down, is tracking my food. But that is the second most important thing I've done. The first thing I did, though, was up my water intake. And I found through a lot of research and reading online that you want to drink at least half your weight in ounces or more of water a day, especially since, if you're a new mom and you're breastfeeding, even not a brand new mom and you're breastfeeding, you probably even want more water. So I make sure, and I use an app for this too. It's called the Water app, I think. I'll double check. I've shown it to you guys before. Let's see. Yeah, it's called Water. It looks like this, as you set it for how many pounds you are currently. So I will lower that today. I just round it up to be safe. And then it tells you how many ounces, and then you can set, you know, like the water bottles I use are these Rubbermaid ones, and they hold 20 ounces of water. So I set it for, a bottle is 20 ounces, so you tap on the table, and it'll add a 20-ounce bottle of water and then take it away from your total for the day. You can set alarms to remind you, oh, you need to be drinking your water and all that. I don't really need that at this point. I just make sure I'm tracking how much water, so as I get closer to the end of the day, if I haven't had enough, I start chugging at about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Then, of course, like I said, I started tracking my food with Lose It. And that helped a lot. At first, I was not tracking to lose. I was just tracking to see how much I was eating. And that really opened my eyes to, oh my God, how many calories? And was I getting enough protein and fiber and that kind of thing? Then I actually set the app, you know, you can tell it how many pounds and that, what program you want to be on. I set it to help me lose 1 pound a week, so then it adjusts your calories from there. Now, like I said, because I'm breastfeeding, I added 500 calories back. So I should really be at about 1,200 to 1,300 calories. But instead, I'm at something like between 17 and 1,800 calories. And then, of course, you want to add exercise. Right now, my son is 4.5 months old, actually, he'll be 5 months old on the 19th. So it's been hard to exercise so far. You know, I try to move him around as much as I can during the day. I need to find my pedometer so at least I can track my steps. And I've thought about getting a Fitbit or, you know, some of these other different activity trackers, but do I really want to spend the money on that? Not really. Once I stop working at the end of this month, at least for a little while, I can kind of figure out where exercise will fit in my day and plan something. You've seen my reviews on some different exercise videos. I love walking videos. I love walking outside, but in Chicago it's cold right now. And I love doing the elliptical that we have. So, which I'm sure will be difficult to get back started on after probably about a year it's been since I've used it or so. Yeah, so, and the last thing I did since I started using the Lose It app, when it came out, the Lose It book came out, and if I can find, I'll try to post a link to the Amazon link below. And I really liked that book. It was actually very helpful because I was new to losing weight the first time around. It's very helpful to read it and just get some ideas because I hadn't looked up a lot of information about what I should be eating and all of that, and how the app works and how it calculates things, which is very interesting. So I'll definitely take a look at that even if you're not using Lose It. If you're using Weight Watchers or MyFitnessPal or any of those other apps, they're very helpful. And just so you know, I don't have the premium version of Lose It. I have the free version. And I do sometimes log my calories on the website as well, which is just loseit.com. So if you don't have a smartphone, you can use that. But regardless, however you decide to track, it's a good idea, even if you don't calculate all the points or calories or things like that. So definitely helpful. And the last little thing I want to tell you about, I kind of made a mini goal this weekend, because I'm starting to pull out all the maternity clothes and stuff and getting ready to wash them all and put them away, return them to people who borrowed them to me. I tried on my biggest size jeans, pre-pregnancy, regular jeans that I have. They're size 14 petite, and I was able to get them on and zipped and buttoned and everything. They weren't very comfortable, but I could definitely wear them for a couple hours if I needed to. So I think this weekend I will probably be packing up the rest, or very soon in the next couple weeks, packing up the rest of all those clothes and putting them away and not looking back. So yeah. Thanks a lot. If you guys like these videos, please hit the like button. If you have a comment, ideas, questions, anything, please comment below. And if you want to make sure you get weekly updates, please hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon.